Hello, welcome back to my channel, Snips by Kelly, and today it is time for some simple Cricut tips for scrapbooking. So oftentimes I will add icons to my scrapbooking layouts and I will create a series of those icons, or I will vary those icons in some way to make them look a little bit more unique. And I sometimes forget in my scrapbooking because I do things over and over that maybe others have not seen or heard of these simple tips. I always assume other people probably know these things because I use them on a daily basis. But let's say you want to add trees or mountains, let's say trees, to your scrapbooking layout. Go grab a tree and by clicking on the images that you think is cute or that you would really like, pull that tree into your canvas, and then what's to set this tree apart? You can use 5 or 6 of these trees, you can layer these trees, but what's to set them apart? You can go up and hit the plus sign or right click and click duplicate and duplicate several of those trees so that you can have some fillers for your pages and some interesting elements. But to create some variation, unlock the image, resize the image, make one of the trees skinnier, one of the trees fatter, maybe change the dimensions in some way, shape, or form of those trees. And then you're going to overlap those trees just a little bit to create a series. And so once you get a variation, and it really doesn't matter, just so some are tall, some are short, it also depends on the space that you're needing to fill in your scrapbook page. Select all of those images, go down to the weld feature and weld those together. So you're going to hit combine and weld. Now we're going to use the offset feature, which is a feature that I love that can create rounded backgrounds or regular square backgrounds. And you're going to hit that offset and create that offset or that background. Now you've created 2 layers. You have a front layer and you have a background layer. So now you can change the colors of those and you've made that series even more interesting. Now let's say you want to add dimension to your page and you've just created that series of trees. All of those trees don't look the same, like they're a little cookie cutter tree. They all have different dimension and different height. Then you can pull in another one of those trees. Go ahead and add the offset feature to that as well. If I had been thinking when I was doing this, I would have pulled in extras in the first place instead of going back and getting one. But now you're going to add that same offset. Sometimes you want a wider offset, sometimes you want a skinnier offset, but you're going to add an offset to that. You can group that image together and then you can arrange that image over the front of the series that you created, and now you're creating an entire cluster of trees with dimension, and you're actually able to do this with the exact same tree. It doesn't look like the same tree at all. It looks like completely separate images, but in just a couple minutes, you've created this really cute cluster of trees, and you can put some singles in some areas, you can put a series in some areas, and then you can coordinate your layouts if it's a 2-page layout and draw some of those series of images over from one side of the page to the other. And it's one of my favorite things to do. It's so fast, it's so easy, and it adds so much interest to your pages. So let's try that with a basic triangle and let's create a mountain series. So what I'm going to do again is take that triangle. I'm going to create that offset again by clicking offset. Then I'm actually going to select the whole image and slice the inner triangle out. Then I want to add a little interest, so I'm just going to grab a diamond and I'm going to weld that diamond. So hit combine menu again and hit weld. Weld that diamond up to the top to just make something super interesting out of a triangle. Now it looks like a little snow-capped mountain. And now I want to create that series again, because this is all about creating a series of icons. So we're going to make some skinnier by unlocking it and taller, maybe some fatter, some a little shorter and a little smaller. And then I'm going to overlap these images in an interesting pattern. And when I get them to an interesting pattern, and you can play, I'm literally showing you this in minutes so that you know how to do it, but it's so fun to play with different types of series and just be able to create one image that is a whole series. So once you have that selected, you're going to go over to the combine menu and you're going to weld that together, and you've now welded together a series of mountains. And as you can see in my example, I actually backed my series of mountains with pattern paper, and it's so cute. Now you can actually go up and do that offset feature again, and you can create that offset, and it creates a really interesting element where it gives that offset on the interior of the mountain and the exterior of the mountain, and you can change those colors, and it just makes a really neat series. Now you can even think about on your pages putting those two series together. So this just happens to be mountains and trees because I just picked that as an example, but you can create series of butterflies, you can create series of flowers, you can create all kinds of series that help you decorate your pages in minutes and help you put finishing touches on and add those to other embellishments and stickers and die cuts and those types of things. So I'm just kind of trying to place these in the right order, and of course, because I'm on camera, I'm struggling and I get one image behind the other and I have to pull them apart and put them back together just to simply show you that I'm trying to show you that you can just layer these images and these series of images, and you're going to be able to add dimension. Add a little bit of foam tape to the singles and pop those onto the series, and you have a multi-dimensional layout that's super, super cute. So I'm just kind of moving these around to show you that I think it's pretty obvious, but now I'm determined simply because I haven't gotten my images connected. And of course, when I'm recording, I'm just kind of fumbling around a little bit, but I'm just going to select this, group that together. There we go. Move that up to the other image. There we go. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. And again, I'm doing the same thing, forgetting to put these together, arranging it. So my whole point is give that a try. Practice putting some things together in a series using your offset feature, and you can also use your slice. When you're offsetting, slice images out of their offset. And then you can also use the weld feature to be able to weld images together and weld together mountains, trees, butterflies, flowers, and all kinds of things to create series. I hope you'll give that little tip a try and share with me if you do. Please hit like and subscribe and the notifications bell, and shoot me a comment and let me know if there's any other tips and tricks you'd love to learn. Thanks so much for watching, and happy scrapping, everyone. Bye-bye.